Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's close to many of our hearts: black coffee. That rich aroma, the invigorating taste, it's a ritual for millions. While it can be a great pick-me-up like anything else, we need to be mindful of our consumption. Drinking too much black coffee can have some side effects that might surprise you. Let's break them down. Let's talk about our gut for a second. It's a complex system that plays a crucial role in our overall health. We all know how important gut health is for our overall well-being. From digestion to immune function, our gut does it all. But did you know that black coffee can actually throw things out of whack down there? Yes, that morning cup of joe might be causing more harm than you think. You see, black coffee is naturally acidic. This acidity can be a double-edged sword. Now, our stomachs are tough, but even they have their limits. The stomach lining is designed to handle a certain level of acidity. When we flood our system with too much coffee, that acidity can start to irritate the lining of our stomach. This irritation can lead to inflammation and discomfort. And what happens when our stomach lining gets irritated? It can lead to a cascade of digestive issues. Well, it can lead to some pretty uncomfortable symptoms, like heartburn. This is when stomach acid escapes into the esophagus. You know that burning sensation that creeps up your chest? Yeah, not fun. It can be quite painful and disruptive. And then there's acid reflux, where stomach acid decides to take a trip back up the esophagus. This can cause a lot of discomfort and even damage over time. We've all been there, right? It's a common issue that many people face, especially coffee lovers. And as if heartburn and acid reflux weren't bad enough, excessive black coffee consumption can also lead to diarrhea. This is because coffee stimulates the digestive system. That's right, black coffee can really speed things up in the digestive department, and not in a good way. It can cause frequent and urgent trips to the bathroom. So if you're experiencing any of these digestive issues, it might be a sign to cut back on the black coffee and see if things improve. Sometimes moderation is key to maintaining a healthy gut. Okay, so we've talked about our gut, now let's talk about our heart, specifically blood pressure. We all know that caffeine is a stimulant, and that's what gives us that boost of energy after a cup of black coffee. But here's the thing, caffeine can also cause a temporary increase in blood pressure. For most healthy adults, this increase is usually short-lived and not a major cause for concern. But, and this is a big but, for people who already have pre-existing hypertension, meaning they already struggle with high blood pressure, even a temporary spike can be risky. It's like adding fuel to a fire that's already burning too strong. So if you have hypertension, it's crucial to talk to your doctor about your black coffee consumption. They can help you determine what's a safe amount for you, if any, to help manage your blood pressure effectively. Let's be honest, many of us rely on that morning cup of coffee to wake us up and get going. It's almost a ritual, a comforting start to our day that we look forward to. The rich aroma, the warmth of the cup in our hands, and that first sip that seems to bring us back to life. But what goes up must come down, right? That initial boost of energy and alertness doesn't come without a price. The same caffeine that helps us feel alert in the morning can interfere with our sleep later on. It's a double-edged sword. While it can make us feel more productive and focused during the day, it can also disrupt our natural sleep patterns. Think about it. Caffeine is a stimulant, and its effects can linger in our system for hours. It's not just a quick fix, it has a lasting impact. Drinking coffee in the late afternoon or evening can be particularly problematic. So, if you're drinking black coffee close to bedtime, you're basically telling your brain to stay awake when it should be winding down for sleep. This can create a vicious cycle of sleepless nights and groggy mornings. This can lead to difficulty falling asleep, which we've all experienced at some point, and it's incredibly frustrating, tossing and turning, watching the clock tick away, knowing you have to be up early the next day. But it's not just about falling asleep, it's also about the quality of sleep. Even if you do manage to drift off, the sleep you get might not be as deep or restorative as it should be. Even if you manage to doze off after that late-night coffee, you might find yourself waking up throughout the night or not feeling refreshed in the morning. This can affect your mood, your energy levels, and your overall well-being. And trust me, chronic sleep deprivation can have serious consequences for our physical and mental health. It can lead to a weakened immune system, increased stress, and even long-term health issues like heart disease and diabetes. So let's try to be mindful of our caffeine intake, especially in the hours leading up to bedtime. Consider switching to decaf or herbal tea in the evening. Your body and mind will thank you for it. a good night's sleep is essential for a healthy, happy life. Chapter 4. Jitters and jumpiness, black coffee, anxiety, and stress. We often reach for black coffee when we're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. It's a common ritual, a moment of solace in a hectic day. The rich aroma and the warmth of the cup in our hands can be comforting. That caffeine kick can feel like just what we need to power through a tough day. It gives us that extra boost of energy and alertness, helping us to stay focused and productive. But here's the catch. While a moderate amount of caffeine can improve alertness and focus, too much can actually backfire and make us feel even more anxious and stressed. It's a delicate balance that we need to maintain. Remember how caffeine is a stimulant? It works by blocking the effects of adenosine, a brain chemical involved in sleep. This keeps us awake and alert. Well, when we consume too much, it can send our nervous system into overdrive. This overstimulation can lead to a cascade of physical and mental effects. Our heart rate and breathing speed up, our thoughts might race, and we might feel a sense of impending doom. We might even experience those dreaded jitters or tremors, making it hard to concentrate or relax. And for people who are already prone to anxiety, excessive black coffee consumption can exacerbate their symptoms, making them feel agitated, restless, and on edge. It's a vicious cycle that can be hard to break. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire, it just intensifies everything. The more coffee we drink, the more anxious we become, and the more we feel the need for another cup to calm our nerves. So, if you notice that your anxiety levels seem to be worse on days when you drink a lot of black coffee, it might be worth cutting back and seeing if that helps. Reducing your intake gradually can make a big difference. Consider switching to alternatives like herbal tea or decaffeinated coffee. These options can provide a similar comforting ritual without the added anxiety. You might find that you feel more balanced and less on edge. It's all about finding what works best for you and your body. Remember, our goal is to manage stress, not add to it. By being mindful of our caffeine intake, we can take a significant step towards a calmer, more balanced life. Chapter 5. Brittle bones, black coffee, and bone density loss. We all know that calcium is essential for strong, healthy bones, right? It's something we learned growing up. But here's something you might not know. Black coffee can actually interfere with our body's ability to absorb calcium effectively. How does this happen? Well, black coffee contains compounds called oxalates, and these oxalates can bind to calcium in our digestive tract. When this happens, our body can't absorb the calcium as easily, and it ends up getting flushed out as waste. Now, before you panic, let me clarify that the occasional cup of black coffee isn't going to instantly weaken your bones. But over time, excessive black coffee consumption, especially without enough calcium in your diet, can contribute to a decrease in bone density. And as we age, maintaining bone density becomes increasingly important to prevent osteoporosis and fractures. So, it's a good idea to be mindful of your black coffee intake and make sure you're getting enough calcium from other sources like dairy products, leafy green vegetables, and fortified foods. Chapter 6. Always on the go black coffee and frequent urination. We've all been there, right? You're enjoying a nice cup of coffee, and suddenly you feel that familiar urge to use the restroom. That's because caffeine is a natural diuretic. What does that mean? It means that it stimulates our kidneys to produce more urine. In other words, caffeine tells our bodies to get rid of more fluids. Now, for most people, this isn't a major issue as long as they're staying adequately hydrated, but if you're not drinking enough water throughout the day, especially while consuming black coffee, you could be putting yourself at risk of dehydration. And dehydration can lead to a whole host of unpleasant symptoms like fatigue, headaches, dizziness, and even more serious complications in severe cases. So, the key takeaway here is to be mindful of your fluid intake. If you're going to enjoy a cup or two of black coffee, make sure you're balancing it out by drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Staying hydrated is crucial for our overall health and well-being. Outro: black coffee in moderation. So there you have it, the potential side effects of our beloved black coffee. Remember, the key here is moderation. To enjoy black coffee while minimizing its side effects, consider drinking it in moderation, avoiding it on an empty stomach, balancing your diet with nutrient-rich foods, and staying hydrated. Listen to your body. It's the best indicator of what works for you. If you're experiencing any negative side effects, even after making adjustments, don't hesitate to reach out to your doctor. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more health tips.